Good morning. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome to the Black Financial Channel. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. It is so good to see you. Today, I'm going to talk about a couple of things. First off, I'm going to discuss what's been going on with the latest between Kanye West and Adidas. Adidas stock has taken a major turn, and I think it's worth looking at and worth assessing. And I'll give you some of my personal insights on some of that. And also, I have this stock. There is an energy shortage that is on the way in this country and beyond. And I personally think that it's something worth taking a look at. And I'm going to give you some ways to kind of prepare for that and ways to not only be prepared, but also ways to benefit. So do me a favor, get comfortable, hit that thumbs up button, buckle up your seatbelt. We're going to get started on the Black Financial Channel right now. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Black Financial Channel. This is theblackfinancialchannel.com. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. I'm your friendly neighborhood finance professor. On the Black Financial Channel, we talk about Black wealth and Black economics every day. Sometimes we do it 10 times a day because we believe that Black wealth is Black power. If you agree with this philosophy, put a B1 in the chat. Also, shout out the city that you're from and hit that thumbs up button. And give me a yes if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me okay. I am traveling. I came down to see the grandkids and to see my daughter. And I'm all about family. Family is the biggest investment you can ever make. The money's nice, but all the money does, remember, all the money does, the money does not give you true value. What money does is it gives you access to the things that are more valuable than money. So give me an amen if you agree with that. What's going on, Johnny and Walter and McLennan Group and Paige, Eileen and LaShonda Cooley? I see you in there, Dre Clark. Hello, everybody. And also, this podcast is on Spotify. So make sure you go to Spotify, look up my name, Boyce Watkins. It's also on Apple. All right, so let's get it cracking. Let's jump into a topic that was on my mind this morning. And then if you stick around to the end of the video, I have an investment I just made that I think is worth taking a look at. It has to do with a coming energy crisis that I have been researching, and I think it's an opportunity for those who are able to have investor vision, for those who want to plan ahead. All right, so let's talk about this guy, Mr. Kanye West. Kanye, as you know, Kanye had an interesting situation with Adidas. He was making a bunch of money with Adidas, and that deal kind of fell apart. And it was just kind of a mess, and it kind of made me sad to see that happen because a lot of money went out the window. Well, if you remember when Adidas first dropped Kanye, because I guess he was very upset. He kind of had this whole situation with the Jewish community, and I'm not going to debate that. You can believe whatever you want on that. It's totally fine to critique or whatever. I'm not here to talk about that stuff, but I'm here to talk about the financial side of it. And if you remember what happened when Kanye got into his beef with Adidas, the stock just went berserk. The stock collapsed. I call it the Kanye collapse. During the Kanye collapse, you saw Adidas stock, which was flying high at some pretty high levels, almost $200 a share, drop to about $50 a share. Right there, it says 56, but actually that was a little bit of a bump up. And since that time, though, surprisingly, this stock has actually done very well in the last year. If you'd invested in Adidas, maybe if you'd bought shares at the all-time low, when it was hit $50, $51, you would have made a ton of money. And so one of the things you can learn from this experience as an investor is that sometimes a stock that's really been hit hard, that has a temporary problem, is actually a wonderful opportunity for you to make money on the upside. A lot of people think that when something crashes, that means you're losing money, but that's not always the case. Actually, a crash is a great opportunity if you believe in the fundamentals of the company. So given that Adidas stock has recovered since the Kanye collapse, one of the other things that's really interesting is just a conversation about business. Again, it's a hard conversation because I know a lot of brothers who just worship rappers and they just think anything that a rapper says is wonderful and perfect and amazing and good. And I'm just not one of those people. I'm not saying that all rappers are bad or stupid, because I know a lot of smart rappers. One of my best friends is D1, who has done an amazing job to transition hip hop. Willie D from the Ghetto Boys was in my wedding. Willie D has done an awesome job of really doing what he could for the community. And Kanye called me during the All Black National Convention, and it was right during the peak of his infamy, if you will. And he called me and we talked for maybe 12 hours, and because I was really curious to know how I could help him and what was going on. And I saw his financials, and we really talked in extensive detail about what we were doing in the Black Business School, and I think he appreciated that. But one of the challenges is that I remember thinking, this guy's kind of hard to work with. He really needs some help. My wife is a therapist. She kind of listened in a little bit and kind of felt like, gosh, I wish I could talk to him, but he really wouldn't. He didn't seem interested in really talking to anybody to get the help that he needed. So my point is to say that, again, without criticizing him, I can say to you that, if you get to the point where you think you can do no wrong, or you get to the point where you think that you are the most important person in the room in every situation that you go into, that's gonna hurt. That's gonna be bad for business. That's gonna just be really bad for business. And as much as I know, I probably would get pushback from a lot of people for saying this. I think that it was a huge mistake for Kanye West to let go of that deal with Adidas, because that was a lot of money. That was literally billions of dollars in black capital that they wanted to give him. They could have been used to build schools in the community, could have built businesses, could have done. There are so many amazing things. And I was sitting there just saying, I said, I don't really want any of your money. I don't want a nickel of your money. I know how to make money. I'm an investor, stuff like that. But I know a lot of people who could use those resources, and I'd love to support you in a quest to build things. You can put your name on it. You can put your mother's name on it. Don, I have a lot of respect for his mother. And I told him, I said, look, hey, man, look, make an investment in the people and they'll invest in you. And it didn't really work. It didn't really fly, but it really made me think about the difference between good business and bad business. And I'm be honest with you, I think Kanye made a big mistake in letting that Adidas deal go. I know he's still got his Yeezy brand and everything else, but it's kind of getting slashed pretty bad online. People like Kai Cenat, who's a big influencer amongst, people around 20, 21 years old, he pretty much said that the products are terrible. And again, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what Kai Cenat said. And Kai is very influential amongst people my son's age. Our son is 20 years old. And so long story short, I just kind of think that those of you that want to learn from this, just know the value of partnerships. Know the value of being a good partner. No matter how big you get, no matter how famous you get, no matter how amazing you get, no matter how much money you have, there's always a benefit to being a good partner to others. If you are a good partner to others, then others will be a good partner to you. And again, I'm not going to sit here and assess blame one way or the other. I know Kanye feels, and he told me that he feels that Adidas was stealing his designs. And I said, yeah, that's what companies do. they have lots of fine print in their contracts. They always cover their own butts. They always make sure that they make sure their interests are protected. And so I don't know how that legal battle is going to end, but I think it was unnecessary. I'm gonna just give you the honest to God truth. So anyway, anyway, do me a favor, guys. Please hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, share, subscribe if you have not done that yet. Also, in case you don't know, I have a new book out. It's a bestseller. It's called The 10 Commandments of Black Economic Power. And in this book, it really came out of all the years I spent teaching you and working with you all around the world with the All Black National Convention. I've incorporated some ideas from my one lovely wife, who's a therapist. And basically, it's a book that's designed to help us have a comprehensive, simplified framework that we can use as a family that will get us to the top, that will make us the economic leaders of the earth. If you'd like to take a look at that book and actually get a discount on an autographed copy, just go to drboycebooks.com and use the code word podcast. Search for the word autographed, and you can get autographed copies sent to your house, and use the code word podcast. That'll give you a discount on the book. Now, do me a favor, please hit the thumbs up button, thumbs up, share, subscribe. And I'm going to talk to you guys about something that's developing in the economy that I encourage you to pay attention to, that I really think is going to be a huge, it's going to be a little bit of a scare, but it's also an opportunity in terms of what you can do as an investor to position your family to benefit financially. All right. So right now, basically, I saw something that was really kind of alarming. It was very shocking. There was something where they literally said something crazy, like that Georgia had misassessed its need for energy over the next decade by something like 17x. They literally had like a 17x underestimate of their energy consumption. I don't know how that happens. That sounds crazy to me. That's a big fat number. And so what they said was that with AI, all these data centers are sucking up all the energy, right? So anybody remember in crypto when they used to talk about that with Bitcoin, that all these Bitcoin mining centers were causing all these issues with with electricity usage and all that. Well, now the new culprit in energy consumption is AI. so long story short, this energy issue, they said that they predicted in the next few years the AI data centers are going to use more energy than every household in America. Did y'all hear what I just said? Did y'all hear what I just? That's insane. That's insane. So I said, well, whenever you hear about something like this, you want to find a way to invest in it. So let me give you a stock that I just bought. Again, investing involves risk. This is not investing advice. This is just me telling you what I did, and you can feel free to go take a look on your own. But there's a company called Energy Fuels. Energy Fuels. The ticker symbol is UUUU. Easy, right? UUUU. So if you look up UUUU Energy Fuels, this stock is cheap. It's $6.09. So you can buy a whole lot of shares of it. The analysts really like it. And now, is this company going to take off to the moon and be your ticket out the hood? I don't know, but I can tell you that I like it a lot. The last year, the stock's gone up by about 15%. The last 5 years has gone up 100%. So it's doubled in the last 5 years. And this is just one company that I've chosen to invest in to participate in this whole energy issue. So feel free to take a look at this stock. Let me know if you guys caught that. Somebody please type UUUU in the chat, because this is all about you. This is about you and your financial future. So so this power issue, I think, is not just going to affect the United States. I think it's going to affect the world, and also this is, in my view, going to push the lean toward nuclear power. A lot of people have said that green energy was the solution for the future, but the problem is right now green energy is kind of expensive. And so, if I'm talking to folks at the All Black National Convention and we're having the Stock Options Summit in Los Angeles, April 19th, I would say that you want to follow the money when it comes to understanding what your next move is going to be or what the government's next move is going to be. I don't think they're going to move in the direction of green energy as fast as they claim that they are. I think they're going to move to expedite their ability to deal with short-term problems. And the short-term problem will be an energy shortage that is going to run up on us very quickly because AI is advancing very fast. And I believe they're going to turn to nuclear power as the answer. So UU, that's 4 U's in a row. That Energy Fuels, that's the company that I'm purchasing. Again, nothing is guaranteed, but that's what I just did. If you'd like to get profit alerts, a lot of you are in here because you got one. All you have to do is pull out your phone, text the word stock to 87948. If you text stock to 87948, then periodically I'll shoot you a text and let you know that that I'm up and I'm doing my thing and I'm throwing out a profit alert. So text stock to 87948 and I can give you some information. All right. So anyway, that's it, guys. That was my whole conversation for today. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. God bless you. And it was really awesome to talk to you. And also those of you that are joining us for Money in the Morning, I look forward to seeing you in a few minutes. And actually, if you go ahead right now and text stock to 87948, I'll send you an invitation to join us for Money in the Morning. This is where we do morning financial consciousness training every single morning, 7 days a week. And our goal is to make our economics part of our subconscious. Our goal is to be aware of where the money resides. A lot of times we talk about topics like prenups and why you need a prenup and why prenups are important for marriage. We talk about the coming collapse. There's actually an expected market crash. A lot of experts are predicting that the stock market is doing really well. If you know, last week we had the best. How many of y'all knew this? I don't know if any of you knew this or not, but last week we had the absolute best week, I think, in the S&P in like at least a year or two. Like literally it's been like 2 years since the S&P has done that well. It's kind of crazy. And so when you start seeing things going that well, when you start seeing the market kind of blowing up like that, you want to start preparing for the next move. You have to start preparing. You see, that's the difference between wealthy people and people that stay broke is wealthy people plan for the next move. So the next move is that if the sun comes up, then the sun is eventually going to do what? What's he going to do? What goes up eventually does what? Eventually comes down, right? So you don't want to prepare. You don't want to deal with the fact that it's up. You don't want to be trapped in the moment. You want to prepare for when the sun comes down. So actually there is, I'm going to do an event. I don't have the date in front of me. I want to say that it's April 3rd or something like that. But I'm actually going to do a training called how to prepare your portfolio for the coming market crash. There is, I'm not an alarmist. I'm not a person who's Chicken Little, oh my God, the sky's falling. But most of the research I've been doing tells me that we could have a market decline. So what I'm going to do is, and a lot of you were asking questions about that during class, during our financial consciousness training. So I said, you know what, let me make a module. I'm going to put together a specific study guide and also do a full training lecture on this topic. And so you can join us. Just make sure you text the word stock to 87948, and I'll send you a link when it's all ready. It'll come to you the next couple of days. And the stock, by the way, is UUUU. That's Energy Fuels. So the ticker symbol is UUUU. That's the one that I'm buying. So anyway, guys, that's it. I hope you have a great day. And I'll see you in the consciousness training at 10 a.m. And bless you. And thank you guys for listening. And also, don't forget, you can go to Spotify and check me out over there. Talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful day. Peace.